Welcome back to this recorded Year 2 Science Fortnight 3 Lesson 5. I'm Miss Casablanca and today I'm going to help you investigate how different objects fall. Our learning goal for the day is to understand the relationship between the movement of an object and its size and shape. A young man once sat under an apple tree contemplating the many wonders of the world. As he sat thinking, an apple fell straight down from the tree and it hit him on the head. His name was Isaac Newton and he was a very famous scientist. This was the moment Isaac wanted to investigate why and how objects fall. We are going to be following in Isaac's footsteps and investigating the same concept. Do you think different objects fall differently? Do size and shape of an object make it fall differently? Have you seen this happen before? Today we are going to investigate the way different objects fall and see if the object's size and shape affect it when it falls. As you can see on the screen, we are going to be looking at a range of different objects that vary in size and shape. Our first object is the tennis ball. It's round, a little bit fluffy on the outside, and it's a little bit heavy. Now we have the piece of paper. The piece of paper is rectangular shape, it's long and thin, and it feels light. Now we have the ping pong ball. The ping pong ball is round in shape, but hard on the outside. The book is quite heavy, and it's made up of lots of pieces of paper. It's long though and quite thin. This object is a rectangular shape. Lastly, the crumpled piece of paper. It still feels light, but it's not as flat or as thin as the normal piece of paper. What you will need for this lesson: you will need a pencil and rubber, your science work booklet. Before we begin, I would like you to write down what you think will happen. If you feel more comfortable drawing it, this is okay too. Will the tennis ball fall faster than the book? Will the crumpled piece of paper fall faster than the ping pong ball? We are about to find out. Wow, I hope you liked that experiment. What differences did you see in the way that the objects fell? I noticed that most objects fell at the same rate, which means they landed on the ground at the same time. The only thing that was different was the piece of paper. How does the shape and size seem to affect the way objects fall? Well, a thin object such as the pencil fell quickly. Larger, flat objects such as the paper seemed to fall more slowly. It almost seemed to float down. So let's recap what we learnt from today. From our investigation, we learnt that an object's shape can change the way it falls. Some objects fell faster, for example the tennis ball, compared to the piece of paper, which seemed to float. This is because of gravity. Gravity is a force that pulls objects towards the ground. There are things that can impact gravity though. If it was a windy day, some objects might get caught in the wind. Another example is called air resistance. Objects like a piece of paper that are thin but wide are more affected by this force, and that is why they seem to float. In summary, we learned that without forces such as air resistance or wind, all falling objects reach the ground at the same time. Scientists study objects and their movement to help us in our daily lives. For example, they can help to design some objects to move quickly, such as race cars and arrows. They also help control how objects fall, such as a parachute to slow down falling objects. This knowledge can be used to control how objects move. Our next lesson, we will use this to do an investigation on using a parachute. Thank you for joining me today. I hope I see you next time.